Let's have a conversation tonight about a couple things. The session this morning, daughter wanted a relationship. She was describing the relationship she had or didn't have with her father, who she believes wants to have one, but really doesn't know how to ask. So, as she voiced her opinion, her observations, I asked her this: do you know Dad's story? What's his story? What do you know about it? How was he brought up? She did tell me that he was brought up hard. Well, he had a hard life. And when I hear that, that usually means that the person was probably taught to emotionally disconnect from everybody else. Excuse me. Especially in our, as far as our men are concerned. We tend to tell them when they fall down, when they scrape their knee, when they get hurt, as boys, get up quickly, suck it up, be a man, be strong. What we are teaching them is that their pain doesn't matter. That when they do have pain, they're supposed to suppress it and hide it. They're not to show that they have feelings. And this is why we have so many emotionally dysfunctional males. The persona of the male, indeed, is the hunter, the gatherer, the protector. The female persona is the healer, the nurturer, the protector. But in protecting, we don't protect anything that we don't care about. So even though he is the protector, he cares. He's supposed to. Even if it's a job or a ranking or an assignment, he cares about that because it's a direct reflection on him. I want you to, before you judge so harshly our men, where did they come from? Who raised them? How did they raise them? What did they see in the household? Did they see a female being slapped around? Were they told not to cry? Were they told to be strong? Were they not taught to go in the kitchen and cook because it wasn't their place or it's a woman's job? It's everybody's job to get along together, to create, to build. It's everybody's job to care for the other one. It's everybody's job to protect each other. It's everybody's job to see that we make it through this thing called life. It is everybody's job. Sometimes we ask people for things that they don't have. They can't give you what they don't have. But they must be willing, and if they're willing to learn how to give it to you, give them that opportunity. There will be signs. I'm not talking about a person sitting around with potential. Potential means they're doing absolutely nothing except looking good. But before you judge our males, give them a chance. And what are you teaching your young king or your young prince? You're telling them to hurry up, get up, heal, shake it off, don't cry. What are you telling them? What we pour into our men who are first boys. We are the first point of contact, mama. What are we pouring into these young men? They are not the man of the house when your man of the house leaves for whatever reason, or is not there, or is not functional. He's a boy. Allow him to live out his childhood, his boyhood. I know I'm running long, but nevertheless, just to give you some talking points and some tips, when we tell our boys who become men to hide their emotions, don't be emotional, they become emotionally disconnected from any relationship that they are in. And a person that's emotionally disconnected will cheat, run around, because they've not connected to what they're supposed to care about. It's like sending somebody in the kitchen, honey, telling them to go and make a cake. Well, how? I don't have the tools. Figure it out. You go in there, you don't have a bowl, or you got a plate with no sides. You don't even have half the ingredients, but you're expected to produce. This is so unfair. How can you produce something you don't have the ingredients for? Trauma.